What is the correct tactical decision in this scenario? You're outnumbered 6-1. You've got a massive pissed off Xenos in front of you, to the left of you, and to the right of you. Your company is down to 2 rounds per man. Behind you is the only remaining bridge to the capital city on the planet. 9 out of 10 military advisors says, retreat over the bridge and blow it sky high. The 10th is a human. Cowboy lead. Cowboy lead. This is bridge actual, do you copy? Cowboy lead. The radio hissed and spat out static, but through it all, a voice cut through. 10-4 bridge actual, this is Cowboy lead, go ahead. Captain Rogers, face covered in the grim of 4 days of fighting, smiled. Behind him, he heard the careful measured cracks as the last of the company's ammunition was expended by the 5 best marksmen in an effort to keep the enemy at bay. In return, snap rifle rounds hissed over the heads of every man in the company, a brief scream when they hit flesh. Cowboy lead, request immediate air support on our position, danger close, I repeat, danger close. Repeat bridge actual, fire support on the bridge. Negative, Cowboy lead. Fire support requested immediately north of friendlies, marked by orange smoke. 10-4 bridge actual, Cowboy squadron inbound. Smoke out. Take cover. The captain screamed, twisting the dial on his smoke canister to orange and hurling it to the forefront of his company's entrenched position. Overhead, a loud droning noise began to sound over the cacophony of the battlefield. Slowly, the snap rifle fire dropped off, then stopped completely as the droning noise became overpowering. The very ground seemed to shake with the force of the noise. Then there came a second noise, louder even than the first. Terrifying in its volume, music began to play. Music that seemed to grow. Layering upon itself, it brought to mind the massed cavalry charges of old. Then it stopped. Hee-haw! Came a yell, and Cowboy lead flew over the heads of the astounded members of Charlie Company. Humanity had never grown out of helicopters, you see. Too versatile, too good at what they did. Also, the concept of something being held aloft by spinning blades 4 meters in length terrified Xenos. A man in standard BDUs leaned out the open window of the Apache H-12 Sabre, waving a massive cowboy hat in one hand and firing indiscriminately with a snap rifle with his other. The H-12 Sabre then opened fire with its rocket pods, and the fury of the air support of the Terran Marines was unleashed in an instant as Cowboy 2 and Cowboy 3 flew in behind Cowboy lead, adding their own rockets to the mix. Cowboy 1 dipped low, really low to the ground. So low that it looked as though it might crash. Instead, Cowboy lead leaned out even further and stabbed a Xeno through the eye socket with his bayonet. Yeehaw. Don't mess with Texas, baby. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. Bits and pieces of Xeno rained down on the members of Charlie Company, who sat there shocked into silence by the fury and sheer power deliverable by H-12. Cowboy 1 flew back over the company, and a small box parachuted down from it. Guided by a GPS chip, the package maneuvered itself with small chemical thrusters over to Captain Rogers, where it sprang open, revealing a note. To the commander of Charlie Company. Captain Rogers read aloud. The members of Cowboy Squadron cordially invite you to proceed with all due haste, directly north of your position, where you will find the Xenos attempting to restructure their lines. If Cowboy lead might be so bold, we recommend a full charge, with fixed bayonets. Yippee-ki-yay, Cowboy lead. A lieutenant looked at the captain, his face pale, beneath a layer of grime and dirt and sweat and blood. Sir, what are your orders? The captain compassed himself. Well, Lieutenant, I believe we should do as the crazy man in the hat suggested. He cleared his throat. The company will fix bayonets. Captain Rogers slid his own bayonet out of the sheath at his side and attached it to the front of his snap rifle as he made his way to the front lines. The company will advance. The captain called out even as he began to jog towards the enemy lines. His men fell into line behind him one by one, their training taking over. Company, charge. Captain Rogers screamed hoarsely, forcing himself to sprint towards the shocked Xeno lines. Screaming like banshees, his men followed, their bayonet tips gleaming brightly in the light of the dying sun. The first Xeno looked shocked when the humans appeared out of the haze, left by 4 days of combat and a rocket attack by Texans. The Xeno looked even more shocked when a private slid a bayonet into his throat and kept on running. Without even a "by your leave." The company broke through the Xeno lines and pulled up short. Ahead of them, enemies ran like chickens with their heads cut off. Only more away from the company than towards them. Some were gibbering about, yippee-ki-yay, and demons riding helicopters. Others were slightly more sane and just running away from the humans, carrying 10-inch knives on the end of their guns. The author's name and the link to original text is in the description. Consider tapping the thumbs up and pressing the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video.